The U.S. military claims to have killed Abdul Hamid Al-Matar, a senior member of the Al-Qaeda terrorist network. The attack reportedly took place in northern Syria following a U.S. drone offensive. Officials say there were no civilian casualties during the attack. Central Command spokesman John Rigsby said the elimination disrupts the terrorist organization's ability to continue to plot and carry out global attacks. Rigsby also said the airstrike was carried out by an MQ-9 drone, an unmanned aerial vehicle designed by the U.S. company General Atomics Aeronautical System. According to Rigsby, Al-Qaeda remains a threat to the U.S. He noted that the terrorist organization uses Syria as a safe haven to reconfigure itself, coordinate with foreign branches and plan overseas operations. The attack on the leader also comes 2 days after an attack was reportedly carried out against a U.S. outpost in southern Syria. However, Rigsby has not made any statement on whether the attack on Al-Qaeda is part of a defensive response to the offensive against the base. A month ago, the U.S. also announced that it had executed another senior leader of the organization, whom it did not identify, but who was killed in an aerial bombardment in northwestern Syria. The execution of the Al-Qaeda leader in Syria comes at a time when the region is being hit by the terrorist threat. The rise of the Taliban to power in Afghanistan following the U.S. withdrawal has prompted sleeper cells of Daesh and other terrorist organizations to awaken and wreak havoc through suicide attacks. Specifically in the Syrian capital, Damascus, a few days ago, a military bus exploded in the center of the city as a result of a new terrorist attack. This act claimed the lives of 14 people, although it could be more. The Syrian capital had not seen another attack of this kind for 3 years. Shortly after this attack, al-Assad's Syrian army carried out a bombardment in Idlib, a stronghold that mixes Kurdish militants, Syrian refugees and fleeing terrorists. According to UNICEF, the army attack on a market killed 11 civilians, including 4 children. The humanitarian agency says the violence is a reminder that the war in Syria is not over. Civilians, including many children, continue to bear the brunt of a brutal decade-long conflict, they add. Moreover, despite the Taliban's attempt to disassociate itself from terrorism and its past during the Taliban rule in the 1990s, it is clear that the radicals continue to maintain links with Al-Qaeda, which is of concern to the international community. Between 1996 and 2001, Al-Qaeda broke into Afghanistan, orchestrating a number of international terrorist attacks in the aftermath. Among these attacks was the terrorist attack on the Twin Towers on the 11th of September 2001, the most notorious for its high death toll and for changing the course of history by provoking the U.S. invasion of Afghanistan. It has been 20 years since this attack, 2 decades in which U.S. troops have remained in Afghanistan with the aim of waging a war on terror. During their incursion, the troops have waged various offensives against terrorists and have tried to train and supply the Afghan army with weapons. However, their withdrawal, announced by Biden and finalized on the 31st of August, leaves Afghanistan facing the drift of the Taliban and the terrorist threat, which, although weakened, has not managed to disappear.